Hello. I had to check. Happy Monday. This is Hug Nation Live. I just finally got my internet connected, so we'll see how this goes. I've been having struggles through the weekend, but if it doesn't work or if I have to log off, I guess we have to hang out in the real world and smell a tree. This is Hug Nation Live, a daily reminder practice to put some energy in your day into gratitude and connection. Good morning, Gerbot. Thanks for being here. Hopefully your family Zoom was wonderful and gratitude filled. I am grateful for... Oh, I'm so disoriented. It didn't even occur to me I should sing a song. And you know what? I'm going to skip it today. I'm going to skip it today because I feel kind of tired. And if this feeling in my head keeps going, it feels like my brain is mired. But if I tap into gratitude and wash it through my face, then I'll be filled with energy and feel like I can run a race. Oh, Hug Nation Live. Hug Nation keeps you alive. Hug Nation now. Good morning. Good morning, Juan. Ooh, what are we grateful for? Anybody want to share anything? I am feeling sleepy this morning. I went back to bed and just woke up about 20 minutes ago. Lisa's not home, and so it's so easy for my tired brain to be less excited about getting up and into the day. Also, my back has been kind of hurting, so it's my morning brain is easily manipulated. So unless I have to get up for something, it's easy for my morning brain to be like, actually, it's probably good for you to sleep a little bit more. You know, your body, you haven't been getting 8 hours sleep for a while. Maybe just try to get another hour. Okay, that's smart. Yeah, 'cause your brain, thanks for looking out for me. Gerbot says, yes, grateful for the family Zoom and for my friend of 25 years whose birthday it is today. Well, happy birthday, friend of Gerbot. Awesome. I'm grateful for brunch yesterday. I hosted a group of people. It was like 9 of us that came over. And we enjoyed delicious food. And then after hanging out for an hour, I invited everyone to come sit in a circle, and we had kind of a guided or a prompted conversation about end of life. And it was really beautiful to hear people's different experiences through family members, and it was great. So I think I might do it more often. I had scheduled it because I knew Lisa would be gone and I would probably be a little lonely. And I'm really glad I did, because hanging out with friends is a lot more fun than wishing Lisa was here. Gerbot says, always listen to your body. That's a good advice. You're right. Although there's a difference between listening to my body and listening to my morning brain. Morning brain will almost always tell me, more sleep. Just relax. Just relax for just a couple more minutes. And actually, sometimes if I spend the more time in bed I spend, the more my back hurts when I wake up. Like if I sleep 6 hours, I tend to wake up with no back pain. If I sleep 7.5 to 8 hours, my low back hurts when I wake up. Good morning, Carrie. Carrie says, grateful to see your face today. I'm experiencing more difficult than usual at staying cheerful today. Hormones are wild. Well, then I will give you an extra cheerful face. Okay, I don't think that's helpful. Carrie says, I'm grateful I know how to handle my emotions when they take over my executive function. That's impressive. I'm grateful I can trust myself to hold my own heart when I would previously only seek comfort from outside sources. That is evolved and powerful and important. So well done. Give yourself a pat on the back to even as you're not having the most I'll say productive. No, not like the chemicals aren't being helpful, but bravo for being able to be aware. I'm grateful that I have a repair to pick up from the Apple store today. I had an old Apple Air that I stepped on, and I realized last week that it was under warranty, and my Apple Care was still in effect. So I get a new screen for $100, and then I've got a backup computer or one to sell. So awesome. Grateful for that. Hopefully, I'm going to be future grateful for a quick in and out trip to the Apple store. Last week, I made an appointment. I got there 10 minutes late for the appointment, and I didn't see anybody until 40 minutes after my appointment. So I was basically there for an hour and 15 minutes for an appointment that actually just took 5 minutes. I was displeased, but I was able to stay in a I'm grateful for my problems headspace. I was attached to a productivity level of the day, and being stuck there for an hour and a half was I had trouble letting go of my desired outcome, my story of how the day was going to go. But eventually, all good, and everybody who works there is so friendly. Even people that weren't able to help me would stop by and go, "Hey, sorry it's taking so long. You're next on the list, so thanks for all your patience." I'm like, well trained, very friendly. Can't fault them for that. Anybody else want to share anything that they are grateful for? I am grateful that I finally got into my computer. It was not loading up this morning, and grateful for kind of rediscovering a bunch of old talks that I gave, and I was re-listening to one yesterday about integrity. That was fun for me to hear me talk. It's also fun for me to hear me the way that I used to do Hug Nation broadcasts. I used to start every one. I do it once a week. So I gave, instead of just like rambling every day, I would have a topic, and I knew in advance what the topic was, and I would have like kind of notes about more prepared. And I would start with like 3 breaths. And the way I would do the ending hug was a little different than how I do it now. And so it's just fun to remember, oh yeah, that's, I don't know how many times I did it like that, and maybe I'll return. It was good. I took more time, I think. I think it was a time when there was less just general cultural pressure to the pace, the speed, the attention spans. And I was modeling myself more after Jacob Glass, who I was going to weekly lectures, and he would take his time, and I loved it. So I think I borrowed certain aspects from him, stole maybe. Although I was very in communication with him with how much he was inspiring me at the time. What else are we grateful for? I'm grateful for a couple of new houseplants that are just dazzling. I took an old Monstera plant that hit on hard times, and I cut it up to try to propagate parts of it because I bought a new Monstera that's so healthy and lovely. And I'm grateful that I got a message from Lisa that her retreat is going incredible. And just to reiterate, I'm so grateful for my Sunday brunch that I hosted. And then got to talk with my dad in the afternoon, which was great. And I think I'm going to try to drive and go see my parents today before I go pick up my computer. Gearbot is grateful for a loaner car from the dealership while my car is in for maintenance, and for a special extended warranty on my high mileage vehicle I was given from the VW Dieselgate fix. Oh, nice. I rarely bring my car to the dealership unless there's like a recall or something. And I love getting a loaner. I think it's fun to have a well-maintained, pretty new car to drive around. Kind of, somehow I enjoy it more than a rental. I'm not sure why. Well, hopefully your beloved car is returned quickly. Juan is grateful to be back at work and back at home. I'm glad you're home safe and filled with awesome memories of Mom. Thank you for sharing your updates while you were traveling. It was beautiful to hear. High Noon says, hello, y'all. Grateful for finding a free trike stroller for a buddy's new baby. It's so cool to find something so cool for free. Yeah. Not often, but I have a number of things that I usually just bring it to Goodwill because I don't like to bother with the hassle of listing it on for free or posting it on Craigslist and then having people say they're going to come and not going to come. But maybe I should enjoy the joy of gifting more than just dropping off at Goodwill. I'm not a huge fan of Goodwill, but it's just so easy. So thanks for that reminder, High Noon. Whew. Thought I was going to be a little more awake by now. Michael, good morning. Michael says, I'm grateful for these grafted cactus, and how they grow so exotic. They just bring me so much joy to see them grow and which direction they choose to express themselves into new growth. Cool. I've been watching tons of videos about replanting pots and propagation of plants, as I have a few that I'm learning. I started gardening in 25, 28 years ago. And I've learned so much this year mostly about soil for potted plants. But I think, and I had the epiphany last night that I think I'm going to try to substitute my social media scrolling for plant videos. I'm doing a lot of that, instead of, because if I spend too much time in Facebook, Instagram, even less than I go, what if I go to Reddit and I still got in a bad mood? So But if I stay on YouTube and just watch plant videos, hey, I tend to stay in a good mood. Oh, Heinun says he found the free stroller attachment on the sidewalk. I don't know. I live in a gated community, so I can't just put stuff on the side of the road. I don't think that would go over well, and nobody comes by. Good morning, Hope. Well, thanks for your patience for the late start today. Thank you, computer, for working once we got you working. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your connection and whatever state of hormonal or fatigue or injury or health that you're in. Let's practice loving today, loving ourselves, self-care, forgiveness. And if that self-love fills you up enough, let's spill it on to the people around us and show kindness. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this morning. Oh my gosh, it's the end of September. That means I have first Saturdays this weekend, don't I? Haven't been thinking about that at all. I do have first Saturdays this weekend. All right. Well, if you're in San Diego on Saturday, come join me. Although we will have a lot of volunteers. There's 2 big school groups that are bringing crews, but it's going to be fun. Gifting galore. Wherever you are, join me in a hug. Hug yourself, but send that hug out to all those that are here, feeling one another's embrace, feeling that gift of consciousness and presence and sensation, sinking into that shared human experience that we're all having, connecting, appreciating one another as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of us here, thanks for being here. Happy Monday! Love you. See you tomorrow.